Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. Today I want to give you, I guess we're going to call it a reality check. As you know, if you've listened to these dailies and go to the daily blogs, we're always hearing about, Serge, how can I hit my driver farther? I got to hit it farther, and because the courses are too long. I'm hitting driver and 3-woods and hybrids all the time to greens, and I like to be hitting an iron to the green. That's what I want to talk about today. And again, this is a personal experience. I just recently played in a Section Pro Championship, and I played with another gentleman who's going to be turning 50 pretty soon, and he's probably 15 yards longer than me, and he's always complaining about not being long enough. And I'd say right now, in my age and health, which is a little year and a half since my surgery, I've probably lost maybe 10 yards. So my average driver is probably going about 230 to 240 in a year versus 240 to 250. And my 7-iron, I've lost at all my clubs, and I gauge you can start with my 7-iron. You said that 160. Right now I'm hitting about 152, 154. So I've lost maybe a half to 2/3 of the length per iron. And but then again, I've not been practicing very much, and I've not been hitting it that well. And I just recently I've been having some swing issues, and I fixed those up, and I did a daily blog about it. What I want to talk about is the course. We played a golf course that is actually hosts a Champions Tour event every year in North Carolina, and I've played on that golf course about 7 or 8 years in a row now. Last year was the first year I missed it because of my my surgery, and it's a Champions Tour event is played there. Now I've played this golf course for a number of years, and I've won, I believe, at least twice, and was runner-up one time. And one of the times I won, I shot 67, 68 on a par 72 golf course here. And I think the other time I was at least 2 or 3 under par. And playing from the tips on this time, it turned me into a 5 to 7 handicap. All right? And I've since about 12 or 13 years old, I've been a scratch to a plus handicap golfer my entire life. It's turned me into a 5 to 7 handicap, as I said, and it was like, I mean, it was just, this course was just beating me like a bongo. Because, I mean, hitting 3-woods and hybrids to par 4s and par 3s is not my definition of enjoyment. I mean, it certainly takes having to keep your skill up to one heck of another level, and that's not the way I want to play golf. I mean, I want to play golf the way it should be, and I mean, and hitting 3-woods to par 4s and hybrids to par 3s is not what I'm looking for, and not as a steady diet, definitely. So this thing was playing like a beast. Just, I want to give you a rundown, and I hit the ball pretty well out there. I want to give you a rundown on some of the things. First hole, they played us on the tips. Normally from 2 tees up where we normally play it, I'm hitting anywhere from a driver 7-iron to a 9-iron to that green. First day, driver hybrid. Second day, driver 5-iron. And we moved up 1 tee on the second day on that hole. Quite a big difference from a 7-9-iron to a hybrid. Just going back 2 tees and about 25 yards. There's humps in these fairways, and instead of hitting the downside of a hump and running, I'm hitting it into the hump. A big hole was number 2. Number 2 is a dogleg left. I used to be able to stand there from the 3rd tee up from where we played down. Not only they had us on the tips, we were back of the back tees on the backs. Normally there's 2 bunkers on the corner and a tree just to the left of it. For the tee we normally play, I could take it over those trees, hit the downslope, and I'm down in the valley hitting no more than an 8 or a 9-iron to that green on average. Driver 3-wood both days. I had to hit it to the right of the bunker. I couldn't even carry the bunker. And I'm out there hitting 220 yards to a front pin placement and into the wind. So talking about another beast. Number 3 was a par 3 that they got about 6 tees. If you play the front tees over there, we're hitting anywhere from a 9-iron to maybe a 7-iron or a big 6 to a really back pin, because this green's about 50 yards long. They had us way up there at another point, so instead of playing at about 160 yards, straight downhill, this just it's like standing on the roof of your house and hitting it into a valley. And they put us way over the other side. I had to hit 4-iron to it. Number 5. Normally we play the up tee. I'm hitting 3-wood 7, 8, 9 iron to it. I had to hit driver, 5 iron to it. Another killer hole, the 6th hole, was you hit down low, up into a valley, and then down a hill, hitting over a ravine. I used to normally hit driver. If I hit a good drive, I'd be hitting anywhere from a 5 iron to a 7 iron, depending on how far down I got the hill. If we catch a downwind, I can go down the hill and hit a 7 iron to this green over another gorge with the green sitting on the side of that, on the back side of that gorge. Driver, 3 wood to it. The first day, they moved us up 1 tee. The second day, driver, 5 wood to it. Big difference. Number 10, straight up the hill all the way to the green. They had a 60 or 70 yards back. Driver, 3 wood. Normally, there's a bunker out there on the left. I can drive it in the bunker. I can't go over it, but if I'm always trying to hit it to the right of the bunker. I hit it to the bunker or higher or past it. I'm hitting anything from a 7 iron to a 9 iron to it. Driver, 3 wood one day. Driver, 5 wood the other day. That's a really big difference. And I mean, I'm hitting good drives. I was hitting the driver really well both days. 11, we play the up tee. It's usually 3 wood, 6, 7, maybe 8 iron. Driver, hybrid both days. 13, it's got a lake out there. Usually I hit in the tournaments, our senior tournaments, I'll hit 3 wood, 7, 6 iron, maybe 8 iron if I get it really close to the lake. Driver, hybrid one day, and the second day I hit it in the left rough. I had to chip outward because I had no chance of carrying the lake from the lie in the rough. But even if I was right there, it would have probably been a hybrid because the wind was in our face that day. And it just goes on and on. And par 3s were pretty good long. The 17th hole's a par 3. Normally, when we're up where we play, I'm hitting anywhere from a 5 iron to a back pin to maybe a 7 iron to a front pin. I hit a hybrid the first day, and I killed a 4 iron the second day to a front left pin. To the front left part of the green, the pin was more towards the center, but I didn't even go for that flag because of the fact it was over the lake and over a bunker, and so I just hit out to the left side of the green. I had myself about a 35-foot putt to keep away from the bunker and the lake, and killed a 4 iron to the front center of the green. That's a lot of big difference. So my point here is this: we just recently had our Swing Surgeon yearly championship at the Paiute in Las Vegas, and we had a number of our senior gentlemen show up, and when we were telling them what tees to play, a couple of them got up and said, "Hey, Serge, you know the PGA plays, play it forward." They said, "We went out there and played a practice round, and even those forward tees aren't really enough. We'd like to go a little bit more forward." So everybody agreed, and we let them go even more forward. So there's a program out there, play it forward. The key to golf is if you're trying to enjoy the game, maybe even play golf for fun, but at least play and have some satisfaction that you're playing well and you're playing within your capabilities. You have to play the right length that fits your ability in terms of how far you hit the golf ball. Most golf courses for ladies the tees are way too long for ladies, because if you're talking about an average, a good player can say a driver 8 iron to a hole, then a 25 handicap, if he hits a good drive, on average should be able to hit somewhere in the driver 8 iron range. Certainly not driver 3 woods or hybrids. That means you're playing too far back. Holes have designs to them. Normally as you get farther down there, they narrow it up. There's more fairway bunkers, or the hazards come in more, the rough comes in more. But you want to get to a point where you're playing golf, where you can play golf and be hitting the clubs that have been meant to play that hole with. And just look at where all the divots are in fairways, and if you can't get anywhere near where the average divots are, then either start. You need to start moving up more and playing the golf course at a length so that you can play the course the way it's designed, and to give yourself a fair and reasonable chance to hit the golf shots, hit the clubs, and hit the shots that the hole's designed to be played with, and for you to be playing golf and shoot a reasonable score for your abilities. It's basically all based on the tees. Play the right length tee to fit your golfing ability on the length you hit the golf ball. And that's the key to having golf, having fun, having enjoyment, feeling like you play golf and you're accomplishing something and you're playing to your skill levels, and you're shooting a score that is relevant of your skill levels, and that you can feel happy about and proud about. That's the biggest key to playing golf, not getting out there and beating yourself up. And if you're playing with guys that hit the ball a lot longer than you, and they hum on you about playing forward tees, just say to heck with it, man. I can't play with you. All right, or I'll tell you what, challenge them to come up and play with you and see. In most cases, they'll probably shoot even worse because it's opening up a whole new game to them. In many cases, they might be driving the ball through the fairways or into the rough or into the woods. And so they got to adjust their game downward, whereas you always have to adjust your game upward. So at least if you do that, say, all right, I'll play back with you, you got to play up with me. See it, it's a different game from different places. Find a place that fits your game the best so you can shoot, so you can hit the ball solid straight and shoot the lowest scores that you are entitled to shoot for your skill level. Enjoy playing golf, have the satisfaction of shooting the scores that you believe that you're able and capable of shooting. And golf will be a lot more enjoyable, a lot more fun if you're playing for fun and relaxation, and in the end, satisfaction that you're achieving, you're working on your game, and you're achieving and playing golf to a level you should be able to play, shooting the scores that show what your skill level is. Well, that's it for the Surge for today about, I guess we can say, play it forward, as the PGA is now calling it, and the USGA and the Superintendent's Association, all the golf organizations are on it. So let's play it forward so we can all play better. That's it for the Surge, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.